What is good, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today working on the F30. I am going to be swapping out the LEDs on the reverse lights. So as you guys just watched me back into the garage, I have just the OEM halogen bulbs that are in there now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in some LEDs that USR sent me. They are error free, so it should just be plug and play, which is great. I always love everything about USR is always very simple. 90% of the time it's error free and just plug and play, and it just works great. The only other time is when we literally have to engineer things differently to make it work for the car, like the Prelude. So every other time has been super great. So USR, thank you for shooting these over to me. I'm gonna go ahead and get the trunk kind of taken apart, and then we will change out the bulbs. So to get started here, we're basically going to open up the trunk. First steps first, it's very easy. And I've already gone ahead and taken out all these bolts. So if you go around the trunk, you'll notice a bunch of bolts that you can take out. Just make sure you do that, and then next we can take off these pillars. They should just be able to come off by pinching, just kind of like that. And you can just open it up. And with some finagling, it'll just come right out. There you go. Just got the trunk liner removed, and you do have to take off this little tab in order to get this to come off. And you basically just pinch this little tab right here at the same time pulling this piece out, and then the whole thing will fall down. So this is kind of funky, this is like upside down, but if you look on the tail lights, obviously the reverse lights are on the inners, so they're right there. And what you need to do is take out this bulb right here. You can actually see it right up there. So just basically twist it, I believe. Nope, don't even twist it, just pull right out. Here you can see it's just a halogen bulb, pretty basic stuff. If you plan on reusing this bulb, don't touch it with your hands. The oils in your skin will basically leave a residue on the bulb, and when the bulb turns on, it will burn hotter at that point and basically burn the bulb out. So just don't use your hands if you plan on reusing them. If you don't care and you're just gonna toss them out like me, just use your fingers to take it out. And you basically just need to turn the bulb, I believe it's counterclockwise, and pull out. You can see I've taken the bulb out. Again, just twist it counterclockwise and pull it out of this little connector piece here. And right here I have the new LEDs that are white and error free. So once I put them in, you'll be able to tell how white they are. If you guys remember way back in the day, I did change my license plate bulbs to a 6500, I believe it's 6500 or 6000 Kelvin LED, so it's very white light, and these should actually match it pretty much perfectly. So all you need to do now is reverse the steps. So just plug this one back in by turning it clockwise and pushing down in this pin, and then we'll go ahead and pop it back up there, and then I'll show you the comparison. I'll leave this one stock, so this is the halogen and this side will be the new LED. You guys can tell the difference and see if it's worth it. Here we've got the new LED, and whoa, that was close. As I was saying, here we've got the new LED, before I just almost dropped it. It's on the black tab, so I'm just gonna go ahead and basically push this back up into there. Focus, please. Just make sure you kind of turn it to make sure it's in the right position, and it should fit nice and snug in there, just like that. So before I go ahead and reinstall this one, I'm going to go ahead and close this, make sure I don't have my key in there, and I'll do a quick comparison of the original and the new USR Auto LED. So what I just realized is I can't actually show you guys while holding the camera, so I gotta put you back on the tripod and then show you, because BMWs are, I guess, super smart, and if you put your car in reverse and like pull the e-brake up so the car won't actually roll back when the reverse lights will be on, if you have the door open or you open the door to get out, aka pick up the camera so I can go show you, it'll put the car back in park automatically, which you guys then can't see the reverse light. So I'm just gonna put you on the tripod. Well, I can't see it in person, but in the camera it looks pretty good. Definitely looks a lot whiter and a lot brighter if you can just like look at the glare. The amount of light that the LED is putting out is a lot more than the OEM halogen bulb. So that looks pretty good. I'm really hyped on that. I think at nighttime with the tint, this is the real reason I did the LEDs. I mean, yes, it looks cool, but your reverse lights aren't on that often. So really it's more like a functional thing and not really so much for aesthetic looks. But It's nice because I have tint. I have 35% tint all the way around, which isn't crazy dark, but it's a dark car to begin with, so I feel like the cabin itself is dark. There's kind of a few blind spots too in the F30. It's not too bad, but you can't see everything. So without having a backup cam, this is also very clutch, so I really do rely on my reverse lights and my mirrors. So this should just be really helpful. Glad to do it. Took way too long for me to decide to do it. So USR, thank you for shipping these out. And guys, if you need a set, I will link it down below, and you guys can cop that and throw them in the F30, and then you can be reversing at nighttime for days. You can see everything. So I'm stoked. I'm gonna go ahead and get this second one wired up, and I guess I'll probably just chop footage and like cut to later on at night, and I'll show you guys if I can with the camera. Again, this whole thing without having a second person here makes it difficult to record, so I'll figure it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the second one in. Just a little pro tip, guys. I know I said don't touch the bulbs if you plan on keeping them. I am actually gonna keep these. I like to keep bulbs like this, especially if I'm converting to LEDs. Just keep an extra spare in my glove box or somewhere in the car, just in case, so that way, you know, typically I would do this for like a license plate or like a brake light that's always on. Like, that would give a cop a reason to pull you over. I'm sure if you are in reverse and you're missing one reverse light, he's not gonna be upset. So, actually, now that I say it out loud, I'm probably just gonna toss these out, so. Anyways, I guess keep the bulbs that are useful. Just got everything put back together. All the missing bolts are no longer missing. And this install is complete. So, I think that was a really quick install. So, I'm thinking maybe, it's been raining on and off, but maybe I will go and take the F30 out real quick and see if I can get some like cinematics somewhere. Yeah, I think that'll be the move. I'm kind of itching to use the gimbal, so let's go do it. Thought of a better use of my time. So unfortunately, I'm not going to go shoot, but, or at least not yet, maybe later. I'm actually due for an inspection sticker. Right there, yeah, not too good. So I'm due for an inspection sticker on the F30. I just got the Prelude done, but this one needs one. So actually what I'm gonna do is throw the front plate on. I have basically a tow hitch thing that if you pop this out, which I have basically stuck in there pretty good, so that way it doesn't fly off on the freeway. Okay, come on. Now you're just making me look bad. There we go. All right, so we can actually just take that off all the way, put it in a safe place so we don't lose it. But I have a little mount here that comes out and allows the license plate to sit there. It looks wicked stupid. This car looks so sick without a front plate, so it's unfortunate, but gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, it looks pretty ugly, but front plate is on, at least for the time being. So one less thing I have to worry about. Actually, this car is pretty much all set for state inspection. It's got the front plate. The tint is legal. The windshield banner isn't too low, I don't believe. It's not really any lower than the, oh, I guess it's a little bit lower. Outside of that, the car's on air, so they can't complain about modified suspension because it rides higher than stock. The exhaust is kind of loud, but I'm going to revert it back to stock tune for the, you know, the test or whatever, so should be fine. And the only other thing is the catless downpipe, which I had a lot of luck actually. When I first went catless, I didn't have boot mode yet, so I didn't have any way of clearing the code, but actually my check engine light never showed up. And not until much later I had gotten boot mode. When I installed boot mode, I noticed that the CEL turnoff was already on, so I turned it off, and then the check engine light came on. So what I'm thinking is I might be able to just revert back to stock, the stock tune, so that way my O2 sensor check engine light is reading ready, and if I just basically don't drive the car too aggressively to the shop, should be fine. Yeah, it shouldn't be throwing any codes, there shouldn't be any lights on, so I'm hoping that'll work. I do have a backup plan. I actually have 2 backup plans just in case it doesn't work, so don't worry, your boy's not worried. But I guess that wraps up this install. Hopefully this baby makes it next year to H2O, because as you guys know, the xDrive Delete app was just released, so we could turn our all-wheel drive BMWs into rear-wheel drive BMWs, which is just so cool. So make a great H2O car, I think. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, keep elevating, don't let anything stop you, and hope you're enjoying your week in tackling things and getting goals done. So see you guys next time. Peace out, keep elevating, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.